there's a Indiana Jones game coming from Lucas Games,
Lucasfilm Games, yeah.
Lucasfilm Games, and that is Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and the Great Circle.
Yeah. Not the greatest of titles.
Not a great title.
I said to you that it's probably the worst Indiana Jones title they've had.
It's just so boring. Like
it is a little boring, yeah.
Like,
yeah. And you know,
sorry just like I mean, granted, watching the trailer and him saying, well, if you look at all these places of historically important significance to human civilization, they would all create a perfect circle. That's interesting. That also makes me feel like something with like the Mayans or Romans or something that like with mathematics or some sort of, or it's going to get into aliens. I don't know.
What's exciting about that is that I think we get to see so many different locations because he's going to probably go to every single one of them.
Right.
And I'll get into this stuff like I really loved about this trailer. Like I think at first I wasn't sure about the voice actor, but as the trailer kept going, I kind of absolutely love how it sounds. Like it's not exact, but it's pretty close.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty good.
And I think I really like it.
I think the voice actor for Marcus was really good.
Yeah, he was good. I didn't even notice that it was a different voice actor. That's how good it was.
Right.
So yeah, and then visually, the game is pretty beautiful when you're looking at in-game footage. It's like up to quality with AAA titles. It is made by Bethesda / I don't know who's like the developer under Bethesda. But yeah, I loved that we're getting kind of like all the aspects we love about Indiana Jones story, where we get like his adventuring side and trying to find out a mystery, but you also get these epic like grand set pieces where he's shooting out of a World War II plane and he's jumping from other planes to another plane. Like it's just that stuff looks so exciting. It's exactly what I would want from an Indiana Jones
and I
kind
like
of story.
the first person aspect to it.
Yes, yeah. I almost didn't even like it. Didn't even like I usually don't like a first person type of game, but that didn't even faze me. Like I think it feels really natural to have it in first person. Yeah, and then yeah, and it being in first person, the combat that goes along with that, where you're pulling out the whip and you're pulling guys in and giving the classic Indiana Jones punches and it looks fun as hell. Like I'm pretty shocked how good it looks.
Yeah, the thing about the action was it was classic like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
In a way, because like it was like it was kind of stylized. I don't know how, but it was
yeah.
But yeah,
it was like yeah. I don't know how I think they maybe just kind of slowed down the enemies a little bit, maybe. But it allows Harrison Ford. It allows Indiana Jones to definitely like pull out some cool maneuvers, you know, like with his whip and maybe not always rely on a gun. So, yeah, no, I think it's very, very well done, and I think this was exactly kind of what I was saying. We were talking about Indiana Jones a while back on the podcast, and I was like, I would love just to get a story with like a new actor, and not have it try to connect to the other movies, but set during that same time period. And I think that's what this is kind of doing, but in a game kind of format. So I am insanely excited for this. And it's coming out this year.
Oh,
so.
Yeah. It looks exciting. It looks cool. It makes me hope that the story's good enough to make me feel like excited for an Indiana Jones property. To be honest, after watching the trailer, I kind of thought like why maybe there is other Indiana Jones games, but I was like, that's a good idea to like be able to actually like keep the Harrison Ford likeness and keep the Indiana Jones character, but have the
From
like why didn't somebody think about that earlier? Because that is actually a great idea.
Yeah, from what I know, like the only Indiana Jones games are like the Lego ones,
Which are great.
so I haven't played any of the Lego ones for Indiana Jones.
I used to play them a lot.
I only played the Star Wars ones, to be honest. But yeah, I think it was just never really. I wonder if there was one made for Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, because my thought was that like, well, the movies just came out at a time where video games based off of a movie just weren't happening yet, and I think in 2009 that was kind of like peak era for those kind of video game movies.
Yeah, you had like, well, even before that, you'd have like Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man 3.
Right.
You'd have
They did one for like every single Harry Potter movie.
Superman Returns, Superman Returns.
Yeah,
right.
They did X-Men.
Did they do X-Men?
They like, I know they did I think an X-Men like a Origins Wolverine game. I think.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah,
that was terrible. Everything about that was terrible. The movie.
Well, the movie, yeah. I never played the game, but
I remember the game being terrible.
Yeah.
They did a Thor game.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Wow. For what, like the one in 2011 that came out?
Yeah.
Wow. I didn't realize that was still around that era. But
yeah.
Interesting. Well, I think this will be better because it's not based off of an actual movie. It's just based off of the property. So
yeah, and I think the opening scene with, I'm assuming, a German guy with a broken nose, which is most likely from Indiana. I thought that whole opening scene was great, and if it can maintain stuff like that, that'll be great.
I think that was probably like the worst looking part of the trailer for me, but yeah, I think it's a good scene in general. So I'm not upset with that.
Yeah,
cool intro for a trailer / game. So
yeah. But I'm excited.
Yeah.
But
for
I
sure.
mean, anything's better than Dial of Destiny. So.
Yeah. Even possibly Kingdom of the Crystal Skull might be better.
No, Kingdom of the Crystal Skull is better.
I still haven't decided that.
Ian.
Oh.
It's terrible.
I know, but Crystal Skull isn't good either.
No, but it's way more fun and memorable.
Maybe.
I can say that we had way more fun, and at least the insane parts were like, at least in like, they were like, this is crazy, but at least there was like something to talk about, as opposed to Dial of Destiny, which I know we're getting off topic, but it was just boring.
Well, it's Indiana Jones, but yeah.
It's just Indiana Jones.
No. I was saying like we're still talking about Indiana Jones. It's not on topic. Yeah. But I feel you. I mean, yeah, Dial of Destiny was boring until like the very end. So, yeah.
But even then.
No, I will say that like when they time traveled at the end, I mean, like that whole sequence was pretty exciting, to be honest.
The getting into, and spoiler alert, but getting into the getting on the plane, going through the portal, all the implications of what they might do was exciting. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
But then it was like, we miscalculated.
Even that's exciting as hell to me. Like I love seeing, like, that is a staple of Indiana Jones movies.
No, it is. I agree.
Because the villain's plans going wrong I think it's great. And
I agree.
And clearly,
but like I like it, but I like it better when it's like a terrible, horrible death. It's like usually when the plan goes wrong, it's like something that happens within like a minute or two. This was like for a whole third act, I think you're like, that wasn't a very long third act. Like that whole thing, like when they were in the past, I think that was all of like 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes. That's a significant amount of time.
Yeah, but for a 2.5 hour movie, like I don't know if I can consider that a full. Maybe it is a third act. Maybe that is, I don't know.
Pretty close to a third act.
But then that means that second act was just insanely long. Like that's a really, really long second act.
I would say that everything. I would say that everything from getting the dial, and then like you got the dial, and then they're going on the plane. Everything. Is the third act.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. but it's not. It doesn't feel that long to me, which I guess is why I'm not bored in that act. But I don't know. That's just me. It's just me.
Yeah, it's just you.
Yeah. Nobody else in this world, just me.
No, I mean, to be fair, like my girlfriend's brother really liked Dial of Destiny, and
he liked it.
I just shut my mouth. I just shut my mouth.
Yeah, you're like, I can't get through to this guy. Yeah.
I'm not gonna change anything. I don't want to ruin his I
Yeah.
don't want to make a bad impression. I just shut my mouth.
Yeah.